Alright, here's what we're going to need to cook crab cakes. Got our crab cake mix. Got half a box. I usually just use a small kitchen scale, weigh that out. Need our crab meat. There's a couple different kinds. This is just pink crab meat. You can also get chunk crab meat, which is a little more expensive. I just like this one. 7 packets of mayonnaise, and a little bit of oil. Okay, this is how I make crab cakes when I'm out backpacking. This is a meal that I really like to take, especially on long trips, because it's fried and has kind of a fried taste to it. And not that I always crave fried foods, but it's just something nice to have to mix up with the freeze-dried meals that we have so much of. So the first thing I'm going to do is just dump the crab cake mix, put that in the pot, and this is really easy to cook. All you do is mix the stuff together, form some patties, and fry it. I've got 6 packets of mayonnaise. Put those in there. The recipe, you know, for the crab cakes tells you to put an egg in, and you can take eggs backpacking and they'll keep fine, but I don't usually do that. I just leave the eggs out and it comes out just fine. It's just one less thing to think about. Keeps it simple. I am going to end up working this with my hands, and I just put some bug spray on, so I'm going to sanitize my hands here real quick. Okay. That's good. I'm going to put the crab meat in next. There's a couple different kinds you can get. You can get the chunk crab meat, or you can get the pink crab meat like this. This is the cheapest one, but that's not why I like it. It's actually my favorite one. I just like it goes in the trash bag. I'll mix this up with the spoon as much as I can, and then I'll use my hands to form it into patties. This is a little bit messy, but not too bad. And that's about as far as I think I'll go with the spoon. I'll mix it a little more with my hands when I'm gonna turn it into patties. Before I get to that, I'm gonna get the stove going. Okay, I got the stove going good there. And this is one recipe where the amount of heat you use is really important, because you'll end up burning the crab cakes and the inside won't get cooked. And actually what you want to do is cook them on pretty low heat. This is way too high, how I've got it right now, but I'm just going to let the stove get good and warmed up, and then I'm going to turn it down about as low as I can. If you've got one of the little alcohol stoves, I've used those before and they work great for this. A gas stove like this gets pretty hot, and you actually need to put it on pretty low, otherwise you'll burn these crab cakes. Okay, that's going pretty good. Okay, that's about good. So now I'll go ahead and finish mixing this up and make some patties. Just use my hands here. Okay, and I usually make 3 patties. It's just the right amount. Needs to fit in my pan. Go ahead and put that on there. Go ahead and put that on there first. I can get a little oil heated up. You don't need a lot of oil to do this. You might think of, it's not deep frying, just enough to kind of cover the edge. That's good. I've also got this tilted away from me a little bit so that if I spill it, the oil's not going to run towards me. I'm not sitting flat on the ground though either, so that'll be okay. But you're cooking oil, make sure it's not going to come on you if it tips. You know, so like I was saying, you want to make sure the insides get cooked, so it's important too that you cover it when you cook it. That helps a whole lot as far as getting it cooked. And I find I cook them about, it depends how hot you get the stove, of course, but I cook them about 6 minutes aside usually. And like I do with a lot of other recipes, I don't actually use a timer. I can just start to smell it when I know it's getting done. If it starts to burn, you'll definitely smell it too. I do just shake it up here and there to move the oil around. I can start to smell it a little bit there. It's not going to be done yet, but just want to move them around and pick up some of the oil so they don't stick. I'll also kind of flatten them out a little better. You see how those broke apart a little bit? That was because I smashed them. I smashed them down a little bit after I started frying them. Really want to get them a little bit thinner when you start. They'll be fine. It's not gonna affect anything really. And I usually flip them 2 or 3 times at least, just to again try to get the inside cooked without burning the outside too much. Start to smell a little bit there. Oh, that one can need to be flipped quite yet. That one looks. Let's get in there. A couple more minutes should be good. Take a little bit out of the center here and try it, see if it's done. That's really it. It's ready to eat. I think it's best with a little cocktail sauce. I didn't have any cocktail sauce, so I brought some ketchup, little ketchup packets instead. Not quite as good, but it helps. And I'll see them right out of the pan like this. It's really good. It's hot. Very good. And then cleanup is easy. All I'll have to do is kind of wipe the bowl out with a paper towel. This one's actually probably a little bit messier, the one I mixed it all in. But it's not that bad. It'll all wipe out just fine.